They can produce their own kind. Further, one another question we have in our mind, we should be thinking, Aman, you're still connecting to the mic. Okay. Another question which we have, why reproduction is necessary? For an organism to stay alive, it can survive by basic things. It requires nutrition, transportation of blood takes place in the body, excretion is important to stay alive. So the vital functions, the important functions that are necessary for any organism to stay alive, it is nutrition, it is digestion of the food, it is blood circulation, it is excretion of the waste material from the body. Yes, Fatima, assalamu alaikum. So these are the important steps that are required. These are the important steps that are required for an organism to stay alive. It is nutrition, it is digestion, it is absorption of the food, it is assimilation of the food, it is excretion of the food, it is the blood circulation in the body. All those things are required. But talking about reproduction, an individual can stay alive without reproducing. Without participating in reproduction, an individual can stay alive. But for the species of that organism to stay alive, to continue to exist on the planet Earth, reproduction is important. All of you turn your cameras on the class. Aman, we have now started this chapter, reproduction in plants. Okay. We have started this chapter and try to be consistent. I'm saying this to everyone, try to be consistent as revision is over right now. A regular class has started in the batch. So one of the common characteristics of all the living organisms is that they will be able to produce organisms of their own kind. Further, I was saying that why reproduction is necessary. An animal can stay alive even if it were not to participate in reproduction, even if it is not going to give birth to its child, it will stay alive. But the question is why it is important? Because it is important because reproduction ensures the continuity of the species of that organism on Earth. Say for example, if all the chimpanzees, all the monkeys, where reproduction stops in them, so there will come a time that their population will start to decrease. As the chimps will grow older, they will die and the population will slowly start to decrease now, so that their number continues to grow, so that they continue to exist on Earth. Reproduction is important, whether it be in the case of animals, whether it be plants or microbes. Reproduction is necessary for them so that their population exists. So all living organisms have the common characteristics that they can produce their own kind, and this production of the offspring basically refers to the child. It refers to child. So the production of the offspring from the parent, that is being called as reproduction, and it ensures the continuity of the species and keeps it from becoming extinct, and keeps it safe from becoming extinct, so that there does not come a time when it becomes extinct. We know there are several species of organisms that have become extinct nowadays. Right now, there could have been various causes for that. That is one thing. You guys understood what is reproduction and why it is important?
Yes.
So what will happen if suppose reproduction in the monkeys or in any particular organisms stops? Yes.
Start to extinct.
Yes, Razan, you were also saying something?
Nothing, sir.
So there will come a time that their population will start to decrease and they will finally become extinct. So thereby it is important. Talking about reproduction, modes of reproduction in plants, in this you will learn that there are particularly two ways in which plants will reproduce. So the types of reproduction in plants is two. One is asexual reproduction, another one is sexual reproduction. One is the asexual reproduction and another one is the sexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction involves only one parent, and the offspring, the child of the parent, will be identical to the parent plant. The child will be identical to the parent plant. And asexual reproduction will take place with the parts of the plant like seed and flower. So they are called as reproductive parts. So parts of the plant, like flowers, like fruits, like seeds, they will be participating in participating in sexual reproduction, and they are called as the reproductive parts of the plant. Everyone getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Then we have another kind of reproduction in plant called as asexual reproduction in plant. Called as asexual reproduction in plant, in which only one parent will be involved. In the asexual reproduction, it will be involving only one parent. Okay, now other parent will not be involved in this. So in this case, now in the case of the asexual reproduction, we will learn that the new plants will be grown from leaves, from stem, or from the root of the parent plant. And those parts from which new plants can be grown, usually the parts of the plant like root, stem, and leaves, their function is to either produce food. For example, leaves, their function is to prepare the food for the plant. Stems, their function is to transport the water, the mineral, and the food. Roots will be absorbing the water and minerals from the soil. That is their usual function. But in some cases, some of the plants can be grown with these parts of the plant. So these parts of the plant, they are called as vegetative parts. The parts that plays a important role in maintaining the life of a plant, such as the preparation of the food, transportation of food, water, and nutrients. Is that thing clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So that is the first part of the plant. Another part of the plant is flowers, fruits, or the seeds. 1 minute. Or the seeds. So these parts of the plants will be playing a major role in the process of reproduction. In the process of reproduction, these parts will be playing a major role. So they are called as reproductive parts of the plant. So we can categorize the different parts of the plant into two parts. Here, the one which I am highlighting here, like the root here, roots, stem, and the leaf. And the leaf. What we are calling them? Vegetative or the reproductive part. What are they?
Sir, vegetative.
They are the vegetative part of the plant. Very good. And the ones like the flower, seed, or the fruit, they are the
Reproductive. Reproductive.
exactly, they are the reproductive part of the flower. That is one thing. So we have seen that the parts of the flower or parts of the plant can be divided into two parts, namely vegetative and reproductive parts. Further, the way how reproduction takes place in the plants, it can be further categorized into two types. One is the asexual reproduction, another one is the sexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction, in this case, the new plants will be produced without using the seeds. There will be no involvement of the seeds in this. That is one thing. And in this, generally, the leaves, stems, and roots will be participating in reproduction. Okay, na? So you will be taking the parent plant. You won't. Two plants are not involved in asexual reproduction. It involves only one parent plant. Only one plant is involved in this. And the new plant that will be produced from this will be genetically identical to the parent plant. Will be genetically identical to the parent plant. Take for example, the we can take the example of the like grafting or the cutting, or layering. For example, see here. For example, potato. Let's say take potato, which is an underground stem. So from this potato plant, when from this potato, a new potato plant can be grown. Right now,
Yes.
farmers would be cutting it into different pieces. Okay, now each pieces will be having eyes on it. Okay, now a small marking like this, that is called as eye of the potato. So if there are 3 eyes on the potato or 4 eyes on the potato, so it can be cut into 4 parts, and they can be sown into the soil, and from each eye, bud will start to germinate, and a new plant will grow from it. So the new plant that will be growing now, it will be similar to the older plant. Getting it? All of them will be identical to each other. Or take the example of this, for example, take the example of the mint or the pudina. Consider the example of this one, like this, for example. Or just take example of this strawberry plant. Okay. So you guys can see a tiny baby plant is growing from the main parent plant. Right now, there's a stem coming out of the main parent plant, and here you can see a baby plant has grown. Right, Aman, Fatima, and Razan. Right now. So what we will observe that this baby plant will be genetically identical to the parent plant. It will be similar. It will be similar to the parent plant, meaning that if you were to look at the fruits, the leaves, everything, it will be similar to the parent plant. Okay, that is one thing. Further, is there involvement of two parents here, two plants here, or is there just one plant here?
Also, plants.
No, no, involvement for the
Oh,
growth, for the growth of this new plant. Is there any other plant required here? It's
no.
growing from the same parent plant. No,
Yes.
this has grown from the same parent plant. Yeah.
Yes.
So asexual reproduction is a type of reproduction in which reproduction takes place for reproduction to take place only one parent plant is required. Only one plant is required. Two plants are not required. So this is one such example which I have shown. In fact, we'll be learning about all these different methods in detail. So asexual reproduction, few important points. Let me write them. Asexual reproduction. First thing is that only one parent plant is involved in this process. That is one thing. Further, the offspring that is
So should
formed.
we copy it?
By the way, from the starting, have you guys been making notes of this or not? Because there are
Uh,
things that you need to write before this also. Okay.
so
Okay.
I can write this down and copy it into my notes notebook.
Okay. If you guys are writing it now, so do one thing. First of all, write this important point here. Write down this important definition here.
Okay.
These two paragraphs are important. So in the first page, write down these two things. Then I will be telling you what you have to write. Fatima, what's going on in the school?
Like what chapter is it?
Yeah, in science, which chapter is going on?
Transportation in animals and plants.
Okay, that is going on. Okay. By the way, that chapter has been done in the batch.
Yeah.
Okay. And that chapter is going on in the other batch also. If you have any difficulty, you can join the classes in that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, done.
in our class also, the same chapters going
Same
on.
chapter is going on. Oh, okay. Same chapter is going on. Okay. Aman, what about you? What's going on? You guys let me know once you are done with this.
Okay, so
For those of you who are not done, I'm going to put the screenshot in the chat box.
Okay. So done.
Done? Okay, but
Yeah.
still I'm dropping it there, so none of you misses it. Okay. Then you will be writing the modes of reproduction in plants. Next topic, give modes of reproduction in plants. For those of you who have missed, I have dropped the screenshot in the chat box. From there you can see it. Okay. So first you will write plants have two kinds of parts, vegetative parts and reproductive plant parts. So in this you will write this much. Mm, these are the parts of the plant that plays a major role in the life cycle of a plant. Write this much, and after that you will give the example: root, stem, and leaves. Then in this you will write that these are the parts of the plant that play a major role in the reproduction process in plants. The complete paragraph will be written here. Okay. Yes, everyone done?
No, sir. I'm almost like in the
Oh,
last line.
okay.
Done, sir.
Done? Okay. Aman, you done?
Sir, done.
Okay. Aman, what about you? Now, in this one, you guys will be writing this thing. First, you will write reproduction in plants can be categorized into two types, namely asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. And you will be writing the points which I am writing here. In asexual reproduction, you will write the following point here. 1 minute. You will write only one parent plant is involved. Okay, no? This is the first point you will write in this. Next point you will write that in this offsprings
Sir, what offsprings?
Mm-hmm.
What
Offspring.
offsprings?
Offsprings are basically the new organism that takes birth. Basically, the child of the plant. Okay, the child of the human, child of the animals, child of the plant. Basically, the new plant that is born, the new animals, new organism that is born, that is called as offspring. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in this, you will write that offsprings are identical, identical to the parent. You guys will not be writing this definition. Okay, you will be writing this definition and you will be writing it in the bullet points, not in the continuation. You will be writing it in the bullet points like this. Okay.
Sir, can I leave and join?
Okay, okay. Then you will write that new plants are produced without seeds, without seeds. Further, vegetative parts, vegetative parts vegetative parts participates in this. In
Sir,
bracket, yes.
I have to write asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction.
No, first of all, you will write down this statement. Reproduction in plants can be categorized into two types. First, you will write asexual reproduction. Under the asexual reproduction, you will be writing these things. Let me cut this if you guys are getting confused on this. Okay, you don't have to write this one. In the bullet points, you will be writing. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm. And in the sexual reproduction, you guys listen to me also. Right now, listen about the sexual reproduction. So in the case of the sexual reproduction, two parents will be involved. One will be the male, another one will be the female. Okay, na? And the offspring that will be produced, that will be born, will have characteristic of both the parent. It will have characteristic of both the parent. Okay, na? That is one important thing. So both male and female parents are involved. Are involved. By the way, in asexual reproduction, you guys will add one more point. There is a space. You guys have a space to write in the asexual reproduction. I suppose as of now, you haven't started writing the sexual reproduction now.
No, sir.
Okay, so in asexual reproduction, you will write one more point. In this, you will write there is no fusion of gametes. So you will write. I will be explaining what it means. Okay, fusion of gametes does not take place. Okay, this is a statement which I will be explaining to you guys later on. We have to study few concepts, then we will be learning about the gametes. Okay, as of now, just write this statement. So in sexual reproduction, I was saying that both male and female parents are involved. As of now, complete writing this much, then I will be continuing further.
Sir,
Razan, yeah, Razan.
in the last, vegetative part participates in this leaves.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't completed that. No, huh. So in this, write down leaves, roots, and stems. In the bracket, write down this thing. Okay. Okay. As for you guys, as for you particularly, Razan, you're having your exam on, as you told me, it's on 22nd of October, right? Uh,
Yes.
So from the two chapters, that is respiration and physical and chemical changes, I will be scheduling a. By the way, you know what will be the weightage of the paper? What will be the full marks of the paper?
Means like the question.
The paper which you are going to give, the exam will be of 40 marks, 60 marks, or will it be
It
80
will
marks?
be 20 marks.
20 marks. Okay.
Yes.
So I will be scheduling a test for you in the class. Okay, now or apart from the class, you can also give it. So there will be a test of 20 marks for you from the chapter reproduction, from the two chapters. Okay.
Yes.
Do let me know when you will be available to give it.
Okay.
In the class time
Sir,
only. Do let me know when you will be available to give it. Yes.
like when will you take the exam?
I can take it. I will take it whenever you will be available. Whenever you'll be okay
Like
to give it.
after Sunday, I have continuous exams.
After Sunday, you will be having continuous exams.
Yes.
Okay. Then tomorrow, can you give it? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Okay,
Just
sir.
just basically I will be sending you the PDF. Okay. If tomorrow, say if you don't have a class tomorrow, okay, na?
Okay.
So you will be just doing it as a test at your home, and then you'll be submitting its answer sheet to the team. You will be sending it, and I will be checking it. Okay.
Okay,
Like
sir.
this, you can do it. Yeah. Everyone done writing this? Please let me know. Fatima done?
No, sir. Sir, I can't see the first point. Can you repeat it?
For the sexual reproduction,
Yeah.
both male and female parents are involved.
Okay. And the sir, is it the second one over there on the top?
No, no. Actually, this is the point for the asexual reproduction. Fusion of
Oh.
gamete does not take place. It was for this one actually.
Okay.
Okay, no.
Okay, sir.
Sir, is both make for female parents are involved?
Yeah, both male and female parents are involved in sexual reproduction. Okay, both will be
Okay.
involved in this. Aman, what's the update? What's going on in the school? You haven't spoken in a while. Like, is there some issue with your audio? Some issue with the network?
Sir,
Aman. Okay, now I'm going to write the further point. Okay, I suppose in this slide it is no more visible, so I will be changing the slide. Everyone done writing all this now?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So in continuation, you will write following points about the sexual reproduction. So you will write that fusion of male and female gametes takes place. Fusion of male and female gamete takes place in sexual reproduction. Another important point is that the offspring that will be born out of the sexual reproduction will have characteristics of both the parent. It will be deriving characteristics from the male and from the female parent also. Just like in the case of humans, for example, a child borrows the characteristics from his father and from his mother as well. They will be borrowing the characteristics from both of their parents now. Like, say, for example, a common observation we can say, for example, if the father of the child has curly hairs, so it might be that the child might also have the curly hair. So that characteristic is borrowed from the parent, from the father, isn't it?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Or the skin complexion or the height of the child, some of the characteristics will be borrowed from the mother and some will be borrowed from the father. Say, for example, take the case of the mother, for example. For the mother, let's say that um, we can take this characteristic. Like we have seen that in certain people, their ear will be like this, and in certain
Sir,
people, we see
if
that,
the mother has blue eyes, so the kid will maybe also have blue eyes.
yeah, it is also very likely, right? That can also happen. The example I'm trying to give here, say for example, you will see that in some people the ear will be like this, and in some people it will be hanging like this. This is hanging earlobe. This part of the ear we call this as earlobe. Now this is called as earlobe. The top part is called as ear pinna. Okay, now this is ear pinna. This is earlobe. So here it is.
Fire?
Yes. Is Fatima?
No, sir.
And in the first one, I am saying, just 1 minute. In the first image, what you guys can see here, it is attached. So this one is attached to the face here in this manner. It is not hanging. So what I'm saying that, say that if the mother has, the ear of the mother is attached like this, it is not hanging. So the child might also borrow this characteristics from the parent. So the children that is born here, it has borrowed the curly hair from the father. And the ears of the children are attached and it has borrowed it from the mother. Getting it, guys, what I'm trying to say? So this is the case of the sexual reproduction in humans, in which both the male and female participates, and the child that is born has characteristics from both the parent, namely from father and mother. Similar thing will be observed in the case of the parents, in the case of the plants also, where the new plant that will be born out of the sexual reproduction now will have characteristics from both the parent. So write down the another point that offspring have characteristics of both the parents. Write down this much.
Paste.
Also, in this case, in the case of sexual reproduction, the new plants will be produced with the help of the seeds of the plant. Okay, no? So we will write down this point also, that new plants in this mode of reproduction are produced from the seeds.
Stems.
Done? Others also done?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, name some of the vegetative parts of the plant. Razan, you will be answering this particularly.
Parts.
Vegetative parts of the plant.
Roots. Stems. And leaves.
Leaves, very good. Okay. Aman, what are the reproductive parts of the plant? Okay, Fatima, you answer.
So stem.
Reproductive parts.
Oh.
Not the vegetative parts. Yes.
Sir, leaf.
Reproductive parts, no. It's the flowers and the fruits and the seeds now.
And the seeds, yeah.
So they are the reproductive parts. I suppose by now everyone should be done. Yeah. Please let me know. Okay. So we have learned about that. Now we are going to take a look at some of the parts of the plant and some of the important terminologies here. Okay. So the part of the plant that is above the soil, we know that it is called as the shoot system, and the part of the plant that is buried under the soil, namely the main root and the lateral roots arising out of it. So that makes up the root system. Right now, the shoot and the root system, they have got distinct functions, different functions to perform. The shoot system, its main function is related to preparation of the food, right now, production of the flower, etc. The main function of the root system is to get the nutrient from the soil, get the water and important minerals and salts from the soil, and supply it to the shoot system, where the preparation of food will take place, and the shoot system will further send the food to itself, and it will send it to the root system also. Okay. So particularly we have few terms in this shoot system. We have learned about this. The part of flower, the part of the plant. You can write this, the part of the plant that is above the soil. That is the shoot system. Many times a young plant is often termed as a shoot, right now. If you have a young plant has grown out of a seed, so that can also be generally called as shoot. But but actually this term, this shoot, is regarded as the part of the plant which is above the soil, and it has the following parts. It has stem, leaves, flowers, birds, etc. Further important point, I say that sometimes a new plant is also called a shoot. It's also called as a shoot. Then we have the root system. Okay, no? By the way, before we talk about root system, there's an important thing here that you guys pay attention to what I'm saying. You guys take a look at the node here. Can you guys see the word node here written over here? 1 minute. Node. See. So this part of the plant that you're seeing here, no? It's part of the stem here. This is a part of the stem or the branch from where the leaf will be arising. From this part, the leaf is arising. Like for example, here you guys can see here, from this part, the leaf is arising, isn't it? Right, Razan, Fatima, Aman.
Yes.
So node is the part of the stem or the branch of the plant from where the leaf will be arising. So write down another important point. Node. So it is part of the stem or branch from where the leaf arises, from where the leaf will be coming out. That is one thing. Further, you guys look at the case of the birds here. BUDS, birds. Okay, no? So sometimes you will see that birds will be present in different parts of the plant here. Birds can be present in the leaves. That can, in the case of the leaves, like for example, bryophyllum leaves. When you guys will be taking a look at this leaves here, this leaf, 1 minute over here. See. So on the margin of this leaf here, these structure that you see, these are called as birds. Okay, now, and from this new plant can grow. Okay, now, from this new plant can grow. Basically, from this, first of all, the roots will start to grow and the shoot will start to grow, and a new plant will emerge out of it. So this bird is present in the leaves of certain plants. Sometimes it is present in the stems also. Right now, it is present on the stem and it is present on the leaves of the plant. Not in all the plants, but in certain plants it is present.
Sir, are the buds the sticky part when we squeeze it?
Repeat again.
Are those buds the sticky things when we touch?
No, it's not necessary that they are sticky. No, that's a different thing. That's the resin that comes out of the plant. That's the resin. You're talking about the resin. That golden brownish thing that we see, that is you're talking about, right, Razan?
Yes.
I think you're talking about that. So that's the resin actually. And latex also comes out of the rubber plant. Latex comes out of it. That is white in color. So we're talking about the birds. So there can be different type of birds in the plant. Okay, no? So this here you can see this is the bird. Here also you can see the bird. Okay. From the bird we know a flower can grow, right? And in certain plants you will see that birds will be present on the margin of the leaves. And from that bird a new plant will grow. From that bird a new plant will grow. But if it is present on the margins of the leaf of plants like bryophyllum, and the birds that you are seeing in this image, what is written over here? Here we are getting to see the apical birds. Huh? So apical birds, from apical birds new plants will not grow. From the apical birds the new plants are not going to grow, right now. But the birds, if they are present on the leaves, from that new plants will be grown. Okay. So important point you will write down. We have the concept of vegetative birds. So vegetative birds are the birds that from which a new plant can grow. So sometimes birds are present in the leaves, in the case of the bryophyllum leaves, and they are capable of developing into a new plant. So they are called as vegetative birds. So in this, you guys will write down sometimes birds are present on the leaves and they are capable to grow into new plants. Example of such type of birds is that such kind of birds are present on bryophyllum leaves. You guys now might have observed this apical bird. It is present on the top part of the plant or top part of the branches. Have you guys observed this? Razan, Aman, Fatima. Have you guys observed this apical bird? You will observe this on the topmost part of the plant. On the top part of the branches, you will observe this. So this apical bird, from this only the height of the plant will be growing. I mean to say, from this new leaves can emerge out of the apical bird. Okay, na? New leaves will be emerging out of this. New flowers will emerge out of this. But new plants are not going to emerge from this apical bird, right now. But when the birds are present on the leaves, like that of the bryophyllum leaf, from that new plants will grow. If that leaf is going to fall on the ground, and then new plant will start to grow. Once you guys are done with this, please let me know. Fatima, what is node? What did you understood by node? Okay, Razan, you tell me, what did you understood by node? What is node?
It is the part of the stem or of the branch.
Hmm.
The branch from where it arises.
From where? What does it arises?
From where the
Leaves arises. Okay.
leaf arises.
Mhm. Yes, both of you done.
Almost.
Okay, write down this quickly. Over here, you guys will see there's one more type of the bird. If you guys were to look here, this axillary bird is also there. Now, both of you pay attention here. This axillary bird is present on the side of the plant's stem. Where is it present? It is present on the
Side,
exactly
side
side of the plant system. But look at the position of the apical bird. It is present at the side of the stem. No,
no,
it is away from the side of the stem, and it is growing on the topmost part of the branch. It is growing on the topmost part of this branch. So when you look at this branch here, pay attention to where I'm pointing in the screen. So when you look at this branch here, the topmost part contains the apical bud. Okay. But when you look at the axillary bud, it is present on the sides of the stem. And from this axillary bud, like you guys, when you will be planting a new plant, when you plant a new plant, when you are growing a new plant, so first of all, before even the leaves will be coming, even before the leaves and the stems will be coming out of it, first of all, the birds will grow like this. You might have observed this. First of all, a tiny bird will come up from the side of the stem, and that is actually the axillary bird. So from this axillary bird, a new stem will come out. I mean to say, a new branch will come out. From this later on, a new branch will be growing out. That is one thing. So there are different kind of birds present on the flower. Basically, two main. One is the apical bird, another one is the axillary bird. Just telling you as a general thing here. Okay, you guys complete this quickly as the other class will be starting.
So what is it written after present on in vegetative bits? Like down,
Okay.
like in example.
Such kind of birds are present on bryophyllum leaves. BRYOPHYLLUM. Present on bryophyllum leaves. BRYOPHYLLUM.
Certain.
Done? Both of you?
yes, sir.
Okay, that's it for today. By the way, you guys would be aware of some of the general terms like petiole and the blade. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Petiole is the basically it connects the leaves to the stem.
And
Yes, sir.
the middle of the leaf is called middle, mid, something with middle.
The vein-like structure is here is the vein, the branch-like structure that you see here. Na, inside this, that is the vein basically. This lining that you see here, that is the vein of this. Okay, and this
What
surface is called as the blade.
is the middle part called?
That is the midrib. The middle vein is called as the midrib. MIDRIB. Okay. Okay, that's it for today. We'll be continuing from the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Officer.
Yes, sir.
Okay then, guys.
Love is.
Love is.